Yogis, this week's video focuses on the feet. In particular, creating ankle foot mobility in Vajrasana, which is how I'm sitting. Vajrasana is when your knees are pretty much together and you're sitting on your feet. This is actually really hard for a lot of people, as well as Virasana, where the feet are out to the sides. I'll never forget when I first started teaching, I did a private session with a woman who was late 70s, maybe even 80s. And she'd never done yoga before, and she'd actually never been a physical person. She had never been an athlete. She'd never exercised regularly. And her feet were frozen. I mean, she could not do a child's pose. Not because of knees or hips, which is what you might think in late 70s, early 80s, but her feet were frozen. They were like permanently in a flexed position. So obviously the foot has to point in order to do a child's pose or Vajrasana or Virasana. And her foot was stuck. She could not plant or flex her foot. So creating mobility there is actually really important. So first of all, prop free, what I would suggest is coming onto your knees and practicing first the flexed version. So you reach back and just make sure all of your toes are spread. And for some people, this too, extremely hard. So you just begin to let more and more weight drop onto your feet. Deep, deep breathing, holding as long as you can. If it's super intense, you hold more weight up. Over time, you begin to let more weight come onto the feet, increasing that stretch, that opening. And then of course the other one is to practice it with the feet pointed. And some people can't sit all the way down on their heels this way. So adding props, one thing I would recommend is a strap. I happen to have a thin strap. Any kind of belt will do, a thicker yoga strap will do. You come onto your knees, you wrap the strap around your ankles together. Just loop it around. You don't need to buckle it, but just loop it around until it feels fairly taut and the ankles are together. And then again, you can practice toes tucked so the outer ankles are being held in, and 10 breaths, something like that. And then also practicing with the feet pointed. So it's again aligning outer ankles in, and you're putting pressure less or more on the feet in a pointed position. So a little bit of this every day, 5 to 10 breaths, increasing the amount of time you hold over time. Now, a non-yogic position would be to utilize another kind of prop, which I do highly recommend. Yoga tune-up balls. So they're two firm balls. These are the small size. And I have them still in their case. So some of this is very intuitive. You're basically just going to massage your feet with these. And some of it might not be so intuitive, in which case I would recommend getting the Yoga Tune-Up book. It's called The Role Model. And she has a number of pages, a whole section on the feet and ankles and the various ways in which you can use this. So things like this, rolling on the shin all the way to the top of the foot, use of a block, these on the block, maybe something like this where you're rolling the outside of the foot. There's a whole entire section on it. In addition, from a standing position, using the ball, like rolling all through the entire foot, standing and putting increasing weight on the foot. So all of these things are going to help to create more mobility and, flexion, plantar flexion and dorsiflexion in the ankle joint. And then over time, poses like Vajrasana and Virasana become much easier. So it is important to keep the feet mobile and able to move in both directions. It's a hinge joint, and we want that mobility, and we want to be able to sit comfortably. So those are my recommendations on, really keeping the feet and ankles flexible. Highly recommend adding in the balls because they're going to massage the tissue in a way that your traditional yoga asanas cannot. So that's my bit on the feet. I also want to share with you that I finally decided the dates that I'm going to do my personal Kitchery spring cleanse. So I'm going to do my cleanse Tuesday, April 3rd through at least Thursday the 5th. Depending, I might go a little bit longer. So if you want to do this cleanse with me, there's two ways to do it. You can purchase my monthly yoga membership. It's $25 for the month. And if you do that, you get access to all the content in the membership, all the posted videos, the morning live streams. I'm also doing a workshop series in the month of April. So you actually would get a lot for $25. If you don't want any of that and you just want to do the cleanse, also in my system for $25 is the cleanse. And that gives you a video, an overview of why spring is such a good time according to Ayurveda to cleanse the body. A little bit of the approach and the background and what we're doing in a healthy cleanse. And then I also have a video of the recipe, how to make the Kitchery, and a PDF, a printable shopping list so that you can print out the recipe and kind of have a list of what you're going to need when you go to the store to get your supplies to prepare. So either purchase the membership where you get everything I'm doing for the month, including the cleanse, or just the cleanse individually if you want to do it. So my dates again, I'm gonna do my cleanse Tuesday, April 3rd through at least Thursday the 5th. And I'm starting now to slowly eliminate some of my dietary habits that I know aren't so great. So it's not such a shock to the system come Tuesday, April 3rd. I really feel I need it. I really feel this year a lot of mucus and ama toxins built up that I need to cleanse. So that's that. Last thing to tell you about too is the 4-part series in April live stream, 6 p.m. Thursdays. So that's Thursday the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. And that's on the 4 pillars of yoga. So each of these 6 p.m. live streams will be focused on one of the 4 pillars. First one is on the body, asana and exercise. Second one is on the breath, meaning pranayama. Third one is on the mind, meditation. Fourth one is on diet. So all of that's going on in April. Those will be recorded and posted to the membership. If you cannot make them live, 6 o'clock on the Thursday doesn't work for you, it'll be there for you to go and look at later. So I hope you'll join me. Here's to happy feet, happy spring, and to feeling good. Namaste, yogis. Thank you.